Alright, welcome everyone to a cast a game here. This is the grand final in the Home TC Group's Double Trouble Tourney on Saturday, September 10th. And this is a very special game we've got here for you guys, as we did 3 placement games and then a loser's bracket as well. And we are ready to go here. We're on the finals, and this is it. This is for the prize pool of 60 bucks, casual tournament play, and just... It's been really exciting. So, got plenty of water, staying hydrated, and lots of snacks as we're doing casting this. Goods and an energy drink. We're ready to get after it, and I'm gonna very quickly introduce our players here for you and get us started. Alright, so we're going to start right from the top. Team number 2. Our first team is going to be Pooncrafting, who is playing in the color pink as the French civilization. His teammate, Amber Turd, in the color purple, is playing as the Mongolian civilization. Down the list, we've got Gotcha. He is playing as the Mongolian civilization in the color green. His teammate, Praetorian, in the color red, playing as the Holy Roman Empire. Team number 3 consists of MilfGuard, in the color orange, playing as the French civilization. His teammate, playing in the color blue as the Mongols, is Renion. And our final team for today, the finale of the winners, is going to be Sir Johnny Flashman, playing in the color yellow as the French civilization. Lastly, certainly not least, man, the myth, the legend himself, Gigachad, in the color teal, playing as the French civilization. There you have it. Those are our players. Teams of 2, 4 teams. It's a Nomad megarandom random civ battle to the death. Last man standing is the winner. One thing I need to immediately point out, we have an absolute ton of French and Mongol players in here. It's the entire match basically is those 2 civilizations. So we're going to be seeing a lot of similar units out here. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be real interesting. So, one other thing I'll point out here as well. You see, you know, your teams are kind of bunching together. Town centers right on top of each other. That's always interesting. Definitely helping defend each other. And it's a pretty open map. There's 2 inland seas on either side of the map, on the west and the east. And the sacred sites, let me just check that. There is only 1 sacred site. That's it. And it's in the center of the map. Dead center, in the middle of this field, there is 1 sacred site. So we're going to be seeing some pretty crazy battles as people look to take control of that here. There's also a couple interesting mountain passes. There's a mountain here that'll add a natural fortification to the map. There's another one here with some hills to it that people could maybe put an outpost up top. There's some more mountains around that can offer barriers and fortifications. Plenty of forests. This one that has berry bushes in the center, with a villager that looks like it was trapped and cancelled. More hills over here, perhaps for keeps, something like that. Another hill, natural fortification. And it looks like that's it for... And here's one more hill on the northern edge of the map. Another mountain down here, I guess, too. But yeah, we got some natural fortifications, and otherwise lots of open territory that's gonna yield plenty of good space for Lancers versus Knight battles. So we're gonna see what happens here. The players are just kind of getting themselves set up. They're getting their resources ready for a second landmark. They're putting villagers on the field, figuring out what they want to do. All getting set. So, just kind of letting them get started here. Gotcha and Praetorian really are right on top of each other here. They are buddy, just right next to each other. Good defensive position if someone were to come through with a spearman or something. Hey, well. Looks like Renion and MilfGuard being on the edge of this lake here. That's pretty good because they have access to the sea very early on. Lots of fishing opportunities and there's plenty to do. So here you see it in the far corner of the map there. I guess that finally answers the question of, is the Earth flat? There you have it. No more discussion. Case closed. That is the answer. It is flat. You have seen it. Right, and just kind of peeking around the map here, seeing where everything is at. There's some relics bunched up here on the north side of the map where there's not too many players. There's one on the far side over here in the west. There's another one by that sacred site as well. So another 2 by the sacred site, I guess. But yeah, we'll be seeing some pretty interesting play here. I just have a feeling, with this being the finale as well, all day long people have been playing very well. There's been lots of action, no shortage of knockouts, and just interesting, cheeky play. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens. These players are really good. It's all casual, and we all have a good time. But we've got some conquerors in here. We've got some diamond leagues, and they definitely earn those ranks and those titles because some of the things you'll see them do is just holy cow. Sneaky villager back here. Excuse me, back here on the eastern side. Could be seeing some kind of a secret base from Gigachad. Maybe a landmark over here, maybe a dock. Could be an early transition away from their original base. Always exciting. I think the villager is snaking around here, seeing what's up. Maybe gathering some fish, I don't know. They've kind of realized that there's inland seas. They're kind of aware of what's going on here. Already seeing some palisade walls coming up. Keeping Renion's spearmen busy. This is the craziest thing, having so many Mongols and French. It just... gonna be so crazy. Pretty even scores too, no one's really pulling ahead too much. Renion's in the lead with score. I wonder why that is. There's so many things that it's based on, I guess. Lots of buildings, lots of villagers, a barracks already out. I mean, fishing, probably multi. But it's a good early indicator if someone's kind of really getting after it. Palisade wall's about to go down. That fortification is... one tower gets cancelled. The second one is being constructed. Johnny Flashman, I think, is the first one to reach the feudal age here. And that is... what is the landmark? Oh, it's in the far corner of the map. It's the Chamber of Commerce. Nice, okay. No school of cavalry, which is interesting. That's a change of pace. It's a French duo as well. Let's see, do we have any Mongol duos? We don't have any Mongol duos. Yeah, okay. Let's see, let's go. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, this tournament's been very exciting. We did have a little bit of hiccups where we had a couple people that had to drop out, and we had to make a couple quick fixes to it. But for the most part, everything went off without a hitch, and players have been able to go head to head and get wins or get some experience and all that good stuff. And it seems like everyone's had a good time. So it's been well and truly exciting. Like I mentioned, there's that $60 on the line, so whoever takes this crown is going to have a nice little boost. They could buy themselves dinner, they could use that to buy another game or something, or maybe invest in DLC in the future for Age. Who knows? It's world is their oyster, making big bucks. A lot of people going to Feudal Age now. Aachen Chapel going up in the base of Praetorian. I'm just gonna check one thing real quick here. Yep, we're golden on that. OCD, just like to check, make sure the recording hasn't stopped. That would suck. So Praetorian's got his Aachen Chapel. Gigachad also has a Chamber of Commerce. We're going to see some trading coming out here for sure between those two teammates. We've got the Deer Stones for Renion coming out. Teammate MilfGuard has a School of Cavalry, so early knights is definitely going to be a thing. And what is Gacha doing? Is Gacha has not started construction of the landmark yet for Age 2. Yes. Let's see. No, not yet. Not quite yet. And up here, School of Cavalry for and Deer Stones for Amber Turd and Pooncrafting. So they've got a plan here. Real quick as well, Gotcha, our player in the green, he actually designed the logo for the Town Center group. I know he's not crazy about credit, you know, doesn't necessarily need it, but he did a really nice job on it, and looks good, and so just a shameless kind of quick shout out. Thanks for doing that, and good job. Graphically, it looks really good. So that's a nice thing. And, yeah, we're seeing some Mongol buildings getting packed up, and the Gur is getting moved closer to the wood line. Smart play. Looks like Gotcha and Praetorian are getting a little bit boxed in here by the opponents. They're kind of stuck in this little corner here. They've got enough resources for now, but they're going to quickly run into some trouble if they keep getting boxed in by the opponent there. Might prevent them from getting resources. Forward base here with the outpost, stealing their gold. That's a little tough. So we're going to see what they do to try to address that and respond. Maybe it means they expand to the north across the sea. We'll have to see what they do. The outposts just relentlessly firing off arrows, keeping the villagers occupied. It's a tough thing. Emergency repairs on an outpost that was barely even damaged. Interesting time to use it, but hey, keep it at 100%, you know? We keep it 100 around here. That's how we do it. Royal Knights coming out. MilfGuard has a few. Yep, tower just firing off the pasture still. Keeping the pressure applied. The game earlier with Renion, and I'm pretty sure Praetorian was in that one as well. It was a pretty wild match. If you haven't seen that one yet, go check it out. It was the very first of this little series here, and that one was definitely pretty interesting. So stay in the loop on that one. They're very good. They're Diamond Conqueror rank. They very solid strategies. Things that I've learned from in my play, or just things that I marvel at a little bit, seeing them play. It's interesting when you see those Conqueror ranks actually going at it, and you learn something, you pick it up, you're like, oh, I never even thought to. You become better just by watching. It's like any game. You know, it's interesting how casting translates to playing better. But the Royal Knights, they're on the attack. They disrupt the economy. The villagers dive into the town center off the farms. Some of them go back out. Kind of trying to deal with this army, but also keep your economy going, not lose villagers, is a struggle to maintain. It's just the one ram for Renion right now, so not so hard of a push that it's unstoppable, but very strong, very formidable. The man-at-arms can help deal with it, but there needs to be more on the field. Excuse me. Johnny Flashman. Amber Turtle in the Castle Age already. Got a guild hall for Johnny. Step Redoubt for Amber. Good economic landmark. Very useful. The Royal Institute for the French. I don't know if we're going to see any of those come out here. Personally, I do prefer the guild hall over the Royal Institute. While it is nice to get those early upgrades through the Institute, it's once you've done that, it becomes useless. Whereas the guild hall, you can use for the entirety of the extra food, wood, gold, you name it. I mean, whatever resource you're lacking, you can make up the deficit. And that's why the guild hall, I think, in my opinion, is one of the most overpowered landmarks in this entire game. Up there with MilfGuard Palace for the English, those really cheap trebuchets, and also the Chinese clock tower. Very, very useful to get stronger nests of bees. Those few landmarks, really, they're tough. They're very good. It's tough to play against them. Ways to counter it, but it is an advantage for sure. I will say, as long as we're in a little bit of a lull here, the one civilization I hate the most playing against is the Delhi. Very good civilization, very good players. When I usually encounter them, it's a very challenging civilization, so when you go up against someone who plays them willingly, it's kind of they're a one-trick pony. They're really good. They know that inside and out. They're very good. They get the tower elephants on the field, and it's just impossible to deal with. We've seen some of that in the games here that we've casted today, where as soon as the tower elephants come on the field, it's pretty much game over in some situations where you just can't deal with them, no matter how many crossbows, castles you have. Could be the noob in me speaking, to be fair. However, it is just my personal opinion, the one I least enjoy playing against, and the civilization that I also least enjoy playing. Just because with that slow research speed, yeah, you can find ways to offset that, speed it up, but it's just so much easier for me to play HRE. You know, China is very fun as well. English, favorite. Opposite is very challenging, but it's still fun. One that I'm still learning. Not the, it's definitely very good, but I digress as we've got some action happening here. Don't want to distract too bad. These traction trebuchets, I think it is, just firing off at Gotcha's barracks, and the town center is getting hit a little bit with some arrows or something from barracks as well. The German army here is getting built, so that will come in handy. One unit at a time, they're increasing their unit size. Gotcha and Praetorian both are stuck in the feudal age. They've got solid towers here, they've got a solid food economy, but they're going to need to really quickly age up if they're going to be able to fight against those trebuchets. They're going to start coming out en masse. They're stuck in the corner, too. It's a hard spot to be. Their strategy's good. They're doing what they can, but they might... If it were me, I want to see what their map report is. So they know there's an inland lake. They know they've got opponents here to their east. They also know that there's opponents on the far east. What they don't know is how open this space is to the north, but if they were to scout that with a ship, and maybe consider building an Age 4 landmark up there, they could really set themselves up well for the late game, having a secret place to hang out. You know, this here is kind of a natural fortification with the hillside, and it looks beautiful aesthetically. That could be a good place for them to consider going. I don't know if that's what they'll do. I kind of hope they do, because that would be good for them. Granted, they'd be abandoning their entire base here, and you don't want to call it quits too early, but it's one thing I'd be looking at, I think. And that is just me as well. It's been lots of good chatter in the Discord group today, as people are very excited about the tournament and just kind of happy to be playing all that good stuff. Been very friendly, very cordial. There's no toxic griefing and some cheese for sure, but cheese is allowed. We accept that. People are respectful, nice. Everyone's having a good time, so it keeps it fun for everybody. That's what it's all about. That's why we do this. No, anyone who's here watching now on the back end, seeing the recordings, join the fun, join the group. We'll leave a link in the description. If you want to join, go ahead and do it. Or if you just like what you see and maybe once in a while want to see games, or maybe you just enjoy seeing a cast, I mean, thank you if that's the case, and certainly feel free to keep checking them out and see more gameplay content here, because we're going to keep it coming. One barracks goes down, Praetorian's base. Still got a couple more, but things are getting dicey here. There's an army, but the catapults and the trebuchets are, or I'm sorry, the rams and the trebuchets are such a threat that it's going to be hard to deal with. This might be the time to start making a move with that army. Charge him down to a counterattack. And it looks like Renion is now in age 4, first to age 4 as well. It has the White Stupa and the Steppe Redoubt next to each other on top of this gold mine with some outposts, tons of villagers boxing in the enemy. You know, just keeping another forward base here to sort of corner them a little bit. They've got a strong army built, moving up. Total control of this ocean here. And they're squeezing the life out of the opponent here. It's like a rattlesnake with a mouse. Its grip just suffocating it. That's what we're seeing here as Praetorian and Gacha are going to start running out of resources with gold and stone. It's going to start getting really dicey once that gold mine is gone, which it's about 250 points away from being sayonara. So they're going to be doing the spearmen only type armies in a minute here, because that's all they'll be able to afford. They don't have relics that I can see. There is a relic over here that they could pick up. They haven't gotten it yet. I don't know if... well, they can probably see it there on the map. You can see the baggage cart. They know it's there. They just haven't grabbed it. Gigachad is also still in age 2, but Gigachad's definitely focusing on base building. Walls, and his teammates also getting walls built up, and just, they're having a good old time here as their opponents are, kind of like the game earlier, just focusing on each other, fighting amongst themselves, that these guys kind of just chill and just do their thing, start trading like that, getting hella gold. Real quick side note here, just to update you guys, there was a little bit of a transition there that you saw, and to explain that, my computer actually shut off the recording halfway through due to lack of disk space, so I just had to go back and delete some things off the computer that weren't needed, and having to go back and check the rest of this recording here to actually record it for you guys. Very sorry about that. That really sucks, because there was some stuff in the end of that other recording that I wish was recorded, because it would have been really cool. However, we are going to roll with the punches here, and I'm just going to give you guys the rest of this finale game here, starting at about 24 minutes. Yeah, that's right about where we left off. So I'm just going to whip through this part here as we see the skirmish happening with some of the players, and I'm going to give you that last little bit of the game so you can see what happened. I'm going to try to keep that fresh. So. I wish there was a way to skip ahead to one specific part of the game, just like scrub through it, as you can in some games theater mode. That would be really nice, but unfortunately we just gotta kind of speed through it at 8 times. Alright, so I think this is about where we left off previously. We see a big army from Praetorian enter into the enemy's base. They're trying to keep that skirmish going. That one's beaten out here, so just gonna scrub them through. Retreat. I think we're almost at the point where the video might go off. I remember precisely. And, alright, so here's where we're going to take it right back to first one-time speed. MilfGuard's Knights coming in, trying to take out the gotcha archers, finishing them off after they go in a full-scale retreat. Meanwhile, Hammer Turd's base is being attacked by these gigachad knights. And this has been such an interesting tournament and finale. Obviously, this is going to be my second time seeing it now. Now that I'm actually having to recast it for you guys, but it is pretty interesting, so I'm going to keep it as real-time as possible for you, kind of explain what we're seeing here, and try to keep it exciting for everybody. Here the MilfGuard Knights are attacking that tower. Torches in the windows, burning it down. Spearmen on their flanks, try to take them out. Going on here. Right, so what I want to point out here is I pointed out last game, or in the recording that was unfortunately deleted. There's 2 red palaces here right on top of the sacred site for Gigachad and also Sir Johnny Flashman, which is total control of that. They've got these walls here, outposts out the wazoo, stables. They just have to defend that position, and they're golden. One thing to score too. I think I'm pointing that out throughout the game here, but there's a pretty big discrepancy. Kind of all over the place. Here we are. So Gotcha and Praetorian are on the ropes here. Renion is in their base with and cannoneers. Trying to push them out. They're trying to repel those assaults. Pressure just keeps getting applied. Royal Knights now coming back into the action after healing up. Action Trebuchet firing down upon buildings. No one's at risk of being destroyed. Knights keep charging through, keeping the economy under control, just moving those villagers off of farms, reducing that food income for the enemy. Town center under assault. Your stone's getting eliminated at the moment. Outposts on the back line here. Landmark goes down. Royal Knights parading through the base. Destroying farms, burning down buildings, killing units, left and right. Rock and Chapel going down. Knights en masse. Getting ready for a final assault here. Parading through the base once again, tramping down those farms. The villagers are exactly where they're at. Towers. Buildings going down as this fight continues to ensue. Chasing down the villagers here. You've got knights. The villagers desperately trying to flee for their lives as landmarks go down. Splitting them up. And they get caught completely in the open. Villagers being slaughtered. And the base is completely compromised. Only one landmark remains. Only one. Just gotta kill that Regnitz, and it is about to go down. Praetorian is stuck. The villagers are... Gotcha and Praetorian, they're all just together. They are defeated. Regnitz Cathedral goes down, and their team, I believe, is about to be eliminated here. There might be one more thing, might be one more landmark, perhaps. Somewhere. Maybe the town center somewhere. It's a town center landmark going right through. There's a stepper out, these bombard towers that are firing away. And the Royal Knights from MilfGuard come in and are gonna finish it off. And the town center, screenshotting that, goes down. And that is going to be a defeat for Gotcha and Praetorian. They are gonna be knocked out of the match. Unfortunately, it goes down and they are out. That is all she wrote for them. Well played, gentlemen. They are unfortunately knocked out of this game after a very long and honorable fight. And now the focus of this match is going to shift as more of the battles are going to be happening near this sacred site, by the look of it. Lots of farms here for gigachad. I want to check his economy. I want to see what's going on with that, because there's been some serious things going on. You know, earlier in the match I looked at it and it was 119 pop, and it still is. Just consistent gold income. With gigachad's got 134 villagers. Johnny Flashman has 118 villagers. They've got such a steady economy that while they can't field huge armies, they can replenish them almost instantaneously. And they've got defensive fortifications here next to the sacred site. But all they're going to have to do is hold off. They just have to hold that site. They will win the game. One drink down, one to go. Stay hydrated here. Fast on this. The sacred site is capped. 2 red palaces. I mean, just what a masterpiece here, though. I mean, you've got the increased speed of training knights, 2 castles which can rain down fire. You've got emplacements and things like that right next to the site to keep it well defended. It just cancels enemy infantry, and the knights will take care of the rest. Here we've got Johnny Flashman. He's got crossbowmen in the base of Amber Turd. Not sure if it cut off or not exactly, but I'll just point out one more time. You got all these sheep carcasses there. Do you think he has enough? I'm thinking he's a fan of Euros or something. It's what, 30 sheep there or something? There's a lot of carcasses going on. Crossbowman showing no mercy on that town center as it's going down. Be a blessing in disguise here. There might be a couple things I missed in the first recording that now doing a second recording I will, because I'm very concerned about. Okay, it's still going. I want to make sure. Maybe it'll allow me to catch a couple things that I missed. So I always hate it when the tech fails. Okay, here we go. We're gearing up for a fight. Action trebuchets getting ready. Start blowing through the walls. Knights go out to meet the enemy in open battle. They're tackling this keep here. Knights on top of knights with action. Firing away. Throwing rocks into that blob of units there. The trebuchets attacking the wall. The wall goes down. Here we go. Knights charge through the breach. Going after the catapults. Taking out villagers, taking out catapults. These towers fire down upon them, raining cannonballs left and right. Oh, there's a wolf trying to kill a villager as she's fishing. That wolf's going to be successful. Villager's about to go down. Villager is about to die. 2 more hits. And the wolf kills that fisherwoman. He's gone. He's out of the running. Plenty of units here with MilfGuard and Renion. We are 5 minutes left in the game. With plenty of action yet to come. Cannons firing away at enemy buildings. Crossbows in position over here. Charging through the breach. Men-at-arms ready to meet them in battle. Enemy retreats through the breach in the wall. Trebuchets is firing away at the buildings, and catapults fire away at units. Knights. Walls of knights. Flooding into them. Charging. Each other busy. Trebuchets fleeing away, rolling out of the line of fire. Trying to get set up on the backside and fire away at that wall. Try to open up that breach just a little bit more, which is exactly what they're doing here. Wall goes down. Just a minute. The wall is wall's gone. It's still engaging. We've got this gold mine here right in the dead center of 2 castles for MilfGuard. Just consistent gold income there to keep more siege units and knights coming out of the field. And both teams here, at this point, Praetorian and Pooncrafting, after having their base flooded with enemy knights, where their economy was disrupted, they really can't do a whole lot here they're in a little bit of a precarious situation. You know, they're gathering resources, wood and food, but it's not going to be enough when the enemy has this much gold and towers. It's all down to MilfGuard and Renion. They are engaged in a protracted fight as they're desperately trying to pour in through the breach and get rid of all these just absolute masses of towers. Red Palace is about to go down. Knights chucking torches in the windows, killing it off. The Red Palace is out of here. And these cannons are about to be focused. Knights charging at them. One cannon goes down. Second cannon as well. Low health. It's out of here. It's gone. Crossbows at the ready to counter those knights. Castle fires away. Springled sneaks past, trying to get onto the front line. Springled looks like it's going to try to attack some of these traction trebuchets here. There are crossbowmen in the way, and this outpost here firing cannonballs. Springled isn't going to last long with that. And the crossbows have spotted it. Take it down. It's gone. And there's some water action here. Pooncrafting with a carrack is starting to take out fishing ships of Renion, disrupting that food economy a little bit. Getting into the mix. We've got fishing boats everywhere on each inland sea, while the action continues to unfold here in the center as the knights desperately try to take control of that breach in the wall. Which this is just a medieval battle of knights. Dead horses and knights becoming obstructions on the battlefield as their bodies pile up high. And just one after the other, just some suicide charges in there. Holy archery ranges here for Renion. Continues with that sacred site timer just ticking away. It's like the villagers. Victories within reach. They can already taste it. They just have to defend this position just a little bit longer. And Cannoneers sitting on the edge of the wall, killed by knights. It's a desperate defense. Counterattack here as Royal Knights and Crossbows charge down this field. Keeping the enemy at bay. Getting slaughtered by the dozens here. MilfGuard does surrender. Throws in the towel, says, "Yep, you got this, man. Again." Have it. A castle goes down. Cannons destroyed. And that is game. That is good game. Congratulations to our winners, Gigachad and Sir Johnny Flashman. You have won the Hometown Center Double Trouble Tourney, and you win the $60 prize pool. That is yours to keep, the big bucks. And well played, everyone. Thank you so much for taking part in this tournament and for joining and participating. And thank you, everyone, for watching as well. It's been a lot of fun. Very interesting to see all the different play styles, and definitely hope we do it again sometime. So congratulations to the winners. Thank you to the participants and the viewers. And stay tuned for more games in the future. Take care and have a great weekend or week, depending on when you're watching this after they go online. Take care.